Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday night Principal Chiropractic broadcast sponsored by DE and Band of Brothers. Speaking of DE, we're just getting off an awesome DE. For me, it's the first time I've been back to DE in 6 months, and my God, I needed it. And my God, it was bigger and better than I ever dreamed it could be. I personally took my staff, two of my staff members, and Dr. John was with us, and we came back palpably together, closer, connected, and on purpose and certain. Probably better than we've been in years. And I want to first thank everybody at DE for welcoming us back, and it was awesome. And I've said it 1,000 times that I can never give back DE what they've given to me. And our speaker tonight is Justin Quail, and I think he would concur. I think of a lot of people who DE changed the course of their lives. And we were just talking before he started. He's all nervous. I thought, dude, you got one of the best DE stories of the world. And he's got a wonderful family, 4 kids, a beautiful wife, and now he's got chickens. And he's from Virginia Beach, Virginia, and he's moved out in the country and just living life large because of the instilling the stuff he taught, or he was taught at DE, and just marinates and lives the DE lifestyle. So before we open up with Justin, just want a couple things to remind you. This week, if you sign up for the next DE this week and this week alone, you'll save $100. So if you liked what you've been to, or you like what you heard about, or you want to bring a friend, have them sign up now because they'll save $100. But the best deal is to go ahead. If you're not a member, become a member. A member for $109 a month. You get all the DEs. More importantly, you get the DEs back forever that was recorded. You can go back and listen to old DEs. You can listen to this past DE again and again, and just kind of say, hey, what did he say? Let's go look it up. As a team, we do that all the time. I'll be listening to it when I'm biking, and I'll take it to the team, say, hey, listen to this 5 minutes, or listen to this 8 minutes, or listen to this whole entire deal. So yes, sign up tonight for the next DE. It's in Clearwater Beach, Florida, January 18th to 21st. And more importantly, best deal is sign up for $109. Do it now. What Kat said, a lot of people wait till after the holidays, then they're strapped for money. Do your best investment for your Christmas holiday is sign up for the next DE. I guess that's the end of my commercial. So onward and upward for one of my dearest friends and a guy I look up to so much, because he got all the answers at DE, and he just implemented in his life, and his life has been abundant because of it. So from Virginia Beach, Virginia, let's hear it for Justin Quail. Love you, bro.
Yes, thank you so much, man. It's an honor to be here. I always get nervous because I just feel like there's such gravity with DE. Like you said, Andy, it totally changed my life. 8.5 years ago, I was putting the sign on my practice. It was going to be open up for the first time, and my wife and I went down to Florida for our first DE, Sarasota, and so I was talking to someone over the weekend about it over at DE. I was talking to them about how when I was in that room, I just kept leaving and just tearing up. And I remember calling my wife because we couldn't afford to stay in the hotel. Just remember calling Brittany and saying, hey, these guys are doing it. They're chiropractors changing lives. And it's not about copays and deductibles and selling plans. It's about principled chiropractic. And I really didn't even know what that fully was at that time. So yeah, if you're debating going to DE for the first time, you are absolutely missing out. And whatever money that you think you're saving by not going, you're losing that, and way more than just money. So my life is amazing because of DE. I really feel like God blessed me so abundantly by being obedient and truly listening to the people that have been serving DE for years. I was like a wild animal 8.5 years ago, probably too much so in a lot of ways, but anything people told me to do, I did. And I'm still learning, I'm still figuring it out, but my vision when I wanted to become a chiropractor was just to help people and to serve. But I was always hoping I could get to like a big practice of like 100 visits a week. That's what my reference was like, whoa, that would be huge. And through DE, we got to all the numbers that you're supposed to hit, and but way more than that, going to DE has taught me that you need to be the same person in the office that you are at church, that you are with your kids, that you are with your wife. And that, to be honest, has been the hardest thing for me to learn, is that I am good enough. And man, I just owe so much to DE. So I never know what to say on these things, because I never, if you're new and you don't know me, my life has been pretty intense at times. But instead of getting into all that and like the house fire and all the trauma that happened, I really kind of want to talk about what's happened to me recently, because I feel like if you're in practice, usually when I talk, I try to think of like that new student, but I think if you've been in practice for a while and you're not exactly where you want to be, you might kind of feel where I'm at. So I was talking to Nick Schuster, and he told me a Jim Sigapoos quote. He said, "You can have everything you want, but you can't have everything." And it has been a tough realization for me. About 10 years ago, but while I was in chiropractic college, while I was at Parker, don't hold that against me, I was skateboarding. I landed this really cool trick, and I bent and twisted and compressed, and I felt this pain in my lower back that I had never had before. And I remember, like, I'm studying to be a chiropractor, but I'm literally stuck on the ground. I can't, like, I'm like crawling up onto my own table, like hoping that people could help me. And it took a long time for that to be functional again, to where I wasn't in pain all the time. And off and on over the last decade, it's like kind of flared up off and on. And if you know me in practice, I don't talk symptoms. We talk about subluxation. Like, everything relates back to the nervous system. Symptoms are around 8% of what your nerves do. I practice that way. So if you know me well, like, for me to talk about symptoms is kind of a big deal. So just follow me. It's important, I think, to listen to your body, and it's important to listen to what your body's trying to tell you. Like, if you've had that patient in the office who's like, "What should I do, doc?" And then you give them advice, and then, "What do I do? I don't know what to do." And then you give them the same advice. Sometimes it's helpful with that person to literally just say, like, "Dude, what," they say, "Doc, what should I do?" You say, "What do you think you should do? What do you think the problem is?" And oftentimes they'll tell you, like, "Oh yeah, I like sit like a shrimp at my desk. I'm 4,000 pounds overweight," like all of these things. We know what we need to do if we're honest with ourselves. Well, over the last decade, since I've had this issue off and on with my lower back, it just doesn't seem right. And I like to think I have a pretty high tolerance to pain. I've broken bones. I broke my leg 2 years ago on a Saturday, and I adjusted over 100 people on Monday. No cast, just 2 crutches. So I like to think that my pain tolerance is pretty gnarly. But this thing shut me down about a month ago, about almost 2 months ago now. And I didn't want to mess around with it. So I decided to get an MRI. And I was laying there getting that MRI on my lower back, just praying that, like, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm a big wimp. And when I got out of the machine, I went over and I said, "Hey, can you print me off the disc?" And I took it home and I looked at it, and man, it's pretty brutal. My there's no like crazy arthritic changes, but my disc is pretty jacked up. The reason I bring this up, over the last year without symptoms. I've just been trying to shed all the things in my life that aren't serving me. Like all the things in life that I don't want, right? Like Sigafu said, like you can have everything you want, but you can't have everything. So like 5 months ago, I quit drinking alcohol. Like it's a toxin. It kills me. It makes me fat. It makes me bloated. It makes me tired. It makes me not cool around my kids. Like even on a micro level, it's draining life for me. It's taking energy from me. So I quit. I just decided that's not me anymore. And my brother has been trying. He's never really attempted to lose weight, but he has some weight to lose, so a sizable amount. And about 2-3 months ago, I decided, I'm just going to go on an anti-inflammatory diet and do it with me. So I'm down 15 pounds. That's why none of my shirts fit right, which is hilarious. My pants look like I'm, trying to be cool or something. But, I'm down 15 pounds. My brother's down. I called him yesterday. He's down 40 pounds, which is amazing. This isn't a weight loss talk, I promise. But like at a certain point, if you're serious and you listen to what your body's trying to tell you, it'll tell you what to do. Like, so when I got out of the MRI tube and I get the disc and I look at my MRI, I think, oh my gosh, my ability to practice may be hindered by this. Like, what are the things that you would tell someone with like a serious disc extrusion, with like tingling down their legs and, a little bit of atrophy here and there? Like, what would you tell them? You'd tell them like, hey, dude, lose weight. Hey, you should quit drinking alcohol. Hey, go on a strict anti-inflammatory diet. Hey, you need to move. You need to work out. Like, just like when I went to DE, I was obedient to all of those people that told me what to do. Over the last 6 months to a year, I've been obedient to my body and to listening to what God is trying to tell me to do to navigate this. Now, a big part of that, and the reason I want to share this is it's not a woe is me thing. Like, God's got me. Like, I'm going to be able to work as long as I need to and serve as many as I can and all that. But when I started in the chiropractic, I had a major issue with money. Very much poverty consciousness. Like I said, I had a house fire. I lost everything I owned. So there was like this weird thing where I didn't really value things all that much. And that's a great perspective to have, but you also need to keep the lights on. So when I started my practice, I was doing $25 adjustments, and not that there's anything wrong with that when you start, but I was seeing kids, like if you weren't driving cars, I was seeing you for free. Family plans were like $80 for like unlimited care. I was giving it away, and it felt good. But in those early years of that practice, because what do they say at DE? Like, if I want to make more money, I'll see more people. And we were seeing more people. Like, we grew like gangbusters. And it's funny because for the first couple of years, I thought it was because of my energy and because of the fee, because it was so affordable. I was removing barriers. And what I found out over the time is it's not that. It's not that. It's my energy. It's the fact that I love these people and I care for them. Like, that's what makes me stand out in this area where there's 200 offices. In the last couple of years, why are these places closing but we're growing? It's not because Justin Quail is some amazing guru guy. It's because I just freaking care about these people, and that's worth more than money. Like, how much would you pay to have a doctor that cared about you, or a chiropractor that cared about you? Anyways. Well, when I started this practice, I had made a decision that I was going to lock people in and grandfather them in. And that was cool 8.5 years ago. But now we're so busy, it's hard for me to take new people in. And really, my fee has changed over the years so much that there's a huge disparity between the new people that are coming in and the people that I started with. But not just in fee. That's not even the important part. It's really in energy, right? Like, who I am now versus then. Like, I have changed. The practice has changed around some of these people. So And not everyone. So what I'm getting at here is I decided to make that change based on my health, that I was no longer going to grandfather in plans, and I was going to change the way my office functions financially. And that's freaking terrifying. Like Andy said it. I have, yeah, Jay, you get it. Love you, brother. But I have a wife. I've got 4 kids. They're 7, 5, 3, and 1. I'm on 4 acres. I'm on a homestead. Like I've been stringing goat fence and like building chicken coops. Like, first off, I need my body to work well, and second off, like I feel like I'm driving a bus, like a double-decker bus, 100 miles per hour, and to make a change feels like I'm just gonna flip that freaking bus. Like I know it's not like that, but that's how it feels to make changes. So over the last 8 years, I've known like, hey, I should talk to these people. I should change these plans. Hey, it's not right for them to be coming in for $6 a visit while someone else is paying, 30 or 40 or 50, whatever it is per visit. Like the disparity grew. And not only that, but like I get checked once a week and I get checked additional whenever necessary, right? If I feel like something's going on, or even if I just have an inkling that I've overdone it, I just get checked. It's no big deal, but I get checked once a week. I have people coming in 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week. I'm only open 4 days. So I had people that I started to get this realization that there's some people that were coming in because they got it. And I explained it and they get it and they know they're healthier because they're getting checked. And I had other people coming in because I am McDonald's and I was giving away adjustments for nothing. And they wanted to see how close to a penny they could get those adjustments. So my complacency and my inability to change my practice and to try to re-educate these people or whatever over this time period, it led to almost something like not even like anger or resentment, but there was just a disparity that I could feel in the office. So when I got that MRI result and looked at my spine, I realized like, hey, I know I'm serving steaks, but I can't give it away at McDouble prices, So we made a scary change in the office. This is the reason I tell this story. I debated making financial changes in my office for years. Once I saw that there's a chance I may not be able to practice the way I practice, which is high volume, full spine, rocking and rolling every day. When I saw that I may not be able to do that, then I made a serious decision that I was going to change. And for about a month, I've been shaken. I've literally been ill, being nervous about making changes in my office in this practice where I serve people. The reason I tell this story is because I got back from DE, fired up, I'm ready to roll, and I made that change like the week before DE. And since I've came back from DE, man, all day Monday, I had people saying, I get it, and we love you, and we're here for it, and you should have been charging more years ago, and we get it, and it's always been an amazing deal. We'll never be able to afford it. I had a woman who, like, we'll never be able to afford what the value of chiropractic has provided for us. This isn't some like BS conversation. Like, these are real people that said these things to me. So if you are someone like me that's had poverty consciousness, or you've just been complacent about making the changes that you need to make, whether it's quitting drinking or eating better or losing that weight or spending time with your kids and being present, like, just do it. Like, you can have everything you want, but you can't have everything. And it is scary, and change is freaking nuts. And it's, dude, I feel like I'm losing weight just by thinking about all the stress over the last month, but God's got you no matter what you're going through. And it's funny, I was talking to Andy before this, and I have this I don't really drink tea that much because I'm not that fancy. And anyways, before this, I was so anxious. I made a cup of tea, which is hilarious, and it's calming tea. Didn't work at all. Should have just had more coffee. But this cup, I've watched it a million times, and it says focus, let God work. And I've watched this cup. I've never read this cup. It's been in my house, and it's very annoying because when I put it away, it's like not the same size as other cups, so I've just never noticed it. But that's it, man. It's like all of those things that I was nervous about don't matter. Like what matters is God, family, chiropractic, and then everything else. And dude, if it's not serving you, just shed that husk, man. Like let the dead bury the dead. Just let it go. So yeah, I think that's what I got. So I hope you guys learned at that, and I love and appreciate you guys.
Hey, bro, you did awesome. Thank you. You know, hey, we all want to say, I've seen the messages. Everybody's so happy that you gave us a poverty conscious weight loss talk. We really thank you so much. And thank you. Now,
That's what I do in my office. It's all weight loss. It's all
exactly.
no adjustments. I don't do that anymore.
Now, you mentioned, you know, that we're all like a decision away, that we've all probably been putting off for a long time from a newfound freedom, right? I mean,
oh my gosh, yeah.
You're 100% right. People don't come to you for your fees. They come to you for your energy, your love, and the fact that you care. I mean, you know, who was it? Somebody, I think it was Megan, put up the 10 things that you got to do that doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, that don't cost anything. That was great.
That was awesome. I mean, all you got to do, let them know they're loved and bring this energy and this vibration in. And that's, most people never get that vibration throughout their life in everything, in every facet. And you come into one of our offices and they feel that, it's game changing. They will pay, they will stay, and they will refer. You know, that's what it's all about. All righty. Thank you so much, brother. Everybody have a great weekend or a great week. Let's rock it. Getting off this DE love. Keep it flowing. And we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Andy. Love you, man.
Love you, bro.